kids, it's Mrs. Grant here to make Play-Doh with you. It is April and so our color is purple and we will be making purple Play-Doh today. This is the easiest thing to do. I'm going to make a double batch of it, so I'll kind of zoom in so you can see the recipe, and I will take a picture and send it on Remind for you since I forgot to put it in your packets. All right, so here we have some of the dry ingredients. I've already put one recipe in there. And now we're gonna do our second one, okay? So our recipe calls for 2 cups of flour. So I already have 2 in there because I'm doubling this. You're going to just fill up a 1 cup measuring cup twice. So 1 and 2. Oop, gotta make sure it's full. Can't do partial or it won't turn out right. You'll have gooey Play-Doh. Okay, so there's your 2 cups of flour, okay? Then we need just regular table salt, and you need 1 cup of regular table salt. This is what kind of keeps it from going bad, as long as you keep it in a sealed container. Okay, so 1 cup of table salt, which it looks like I have just enough, thank goodness, to do that. You might want to check how much you have before you start. All right, so there's 1 cup of salt, okay? And our last ingredient for dry ingredients is the cream of tartar. So I went and picked this up from the school, so I'm just going to get it out of the bag, but you'll see it in it's kind of like a spice bottle. It says cream of tartar, and it's a preservative. It's basically what helps keep the Play-Doh fresh. So 4 teaspoons or 1 tablespoon, okay? So you dump all of that together, and if you're gonna put anything else in there, cinnamon or any dried flavoring, you can do that now. I'm adding glitter just because it's so much fun. Okay, and so we're gonna mix this together in a saucepan on the stove. So of course, Mom and Dad need to do this part. You guys can do the measuring part, preschoolers, but Mom and Dads need to be supervising the stove, okay, for safety. All right, so there is our dry ingredient mix for Play-Doh, and I'm making a lot of Play-Doh. I'm doubling it, so not just 2 cups, I'm going to do 4 for a double recipe. I just take my measuring cup, get 4 cups of water all the way up to number 4, set it down to make sure it's nice and even. Nope, I didn't quite get it. I got 3 3/4. Got to make sure you're accurate, or your Play-Doh turns out gooey and not good. All right, yep, right there at 4. Okay, so 4 cups is what we need. And then we need, to make Play-Doh, we need oil. Oil is really important, okay? And we're gonna use 4 tablespoons of oil. And this goes in the wet ingredients. So oil and water do not mix, so watch what happens. You'll see it bubble up, and that's okay. 1, 2, don't forget to count. 3 and 4. Okay, so you guys can do that part while Mom and Dad do the stirring, okay? Now, at this point, this is where I add any kind of wet ingredient. Our color for April is purple, so I'm making this really pretty purple from the Neon Food Coloring Collection. So you just drip some in there, and that's what this looks like, okay? It's what you use to color Easter eggs. All right, I'm gonna use just a spoon to stir that. Oh, it's nice and purple, very pretty. You're just gonna stir that, get it nice and mixed, and then you're gonna have Mom or Dad or Grandma or Grandpa turn on your stove to medium, okay? And you're going to take your wet ingredients and pour it right into the pan. Nice and slow so you don't spill. Okay, and that certainly looks purple, so I think we nailed it. All right, now you need to take something to stir it with that won't melt, okay, and that won't scrape your pan. I'm using a non-stick pan because, believe me, it's much easier. And you're gonna mix it up, and it's gonna look kind of gooey, kind of like a cake mix at first. It's pretty wet and lumpy and kind of just doesn't look like much. But as you start to stir it on a medium heat, what will happen is it will start to form a dough. You'll start to see it get kind of sticky and ooey, and you know it's not cooked yet when it's still liquid, okay? So you just keep stirring it. You got to keep it moving so it doesn't burn. So tell Mom, keep stirring. and tell her thank you, okay, for helping you make this. It's lots and lots and lots of fun, hours of fun, and you can make any color you want. I also sometimes put in Kool-Aid packets into the liquid ingredients or into the dry, but I like them in the liquid because it turns them, you know, whatever flavor it is. It smells better when you do it with the liquid. All right, so here we have still some flour showing in there. When all the white is gone, all the white is mixed up, then you know you've got it pretty good, pretty well mixed. But this is still working on it. It's still kind of lumpy. So you can see that it's lumpy. It takes about, I don't know, I would say about 5 to 7 minutes. So while that's doing its thing, I'm gonna reach in my cupboard and get my parchment paper or wax paper, whatever you wanna use, whatever you happen to have at home. You can even use tin foil if that's all you have, or a plastic bag, whatever works. But it is going to be hot when it comes out of the pan, so you don't want to just put it straight on the counter, okay? And Mrs. Grant's kind of lazy, so she likes those pre-cut parchment papers for her cooking. So I'm just gonna put that over here on the counter. And what I will do when my Play-Doh is cooked is I will dump it out on there to cool. Okay, so here we go. Now it's starting to get thicker. You can kind of see it. It's starting to form a dough. I'm having to work a little bit harder to stir it. Okay, and it's starting to mix up together. You'll start to see it make a dough. Before long, it'll look like a big ball of Play-Doh. And this is what I've been making for you guys all year long. Every month, I've made you a different color of Play-Doh. We're almost done. This is our last color to learn, purple. Well, no, we have blue too, I guess, in May. And then we have color review, just to make sure that you keep practicing those colors and those shapes, because you got to know them all. Okay, so I hope you're practicing while you're home. Oh, that glitter looks so pretty in there. I like pretty Play-Doh. And then you can use any kind of cookie cutters that you want to play with it. You can, you know, make it into a ball and then roll it into a snake. I'll show you how to do that in a minute once it's cool, but it's pretty hot right now. So you can see as it starts to pull away from the sides, it's starting to form a dough. Okay, takes a little while, so you got to be patient. You know, Mom will keep stirring this one, just like when you're cooking something for dinner. You know, it's not done instantly. It has to take a little while. So be patient, but you can kind of see how it's starting to turn into a dough. And it gets kind of heavy, so you got to have good muscles for this, so it's a good workout. All right, so that is a very pretty lavender color for Easter. Very pretty. And I'm going to send this home to you guys when I deliver your packets. So you will have purple Play-Doh for 3 weeks. That was Mr. Rob. Excuse you, Mr. Rob. He is doing our video for us, so tell him thank you so much, because it's kind of hard to hold the phone.
I hiccuped.
And do Play-Doh. All right, so now it's getting close to being done. When you see that it's pretty much not sticky anymore and it looks more like dough, and it's getting pretty heavy, then you know that you're pretty much cooked, okay? I'm gonna do a little bit, one more turn, just to make sure that last side is cooked. Whew. Okay, and then, okay, that's pretty much when you know your Play-Doh is done. It forms a ball. Okay, Mom and Dad will help you with this part. So I'm gonna take the hot pads because my pan is very hot and the Play-Doh is hot, so don't touch it yet. Okay, it's gotta cool. All right, that parchment paper that I put over here, I'm gonna dump it out on it. And the pan is pretty clean if you see it. So it's not such a hard thing to clean up. But kids, you guys help Mom and Dad clean it up just like you help make it, okay? So now it has to kind of sit. It is very hot, but it is important to kind of squish it a little bit. So have Mom do this part, but Mom, just do it quickly, touch it quickly because it is really hot. It is right out of the pan. So you just want to kind of knead it a little bit with your hands. And you can see the glitter really showing up now. Okay, and then you let it cool like that, and then I'll divide it into, 1 cup balls, and put it in a Ziploc bag and store it until you want to use it. Okay, so I told you I would show you how to make a snake out of it. Okay, so you just take about that much in your hand, you roll it up like a ball, and then you start to roll it long. And you want to spread it out, roll it long, kind of squeeze along here, make it nice and long. Let's see, what letter do we want to make? Let's see, let's make a C for Cantina Cat. So there is a C for Cantina Cat. Okay, so you can spell your whole name if you want to. If you just make a little ball and then keep rolling it until it gets into a long roll. Okay, let's spell cat for Cantina Cat. Okay, you just keep rolling it. It's a little warm, so it's hard to do that when it's warm. But you keep rolling until it's long enough, and then you're going to make a circle for the A, and we still need a little line. So we got to take another little roll, and we got to put a little line on here to make an A. And I'm going to pinch that off. There's my A. And then we need a T for cat. Okay, so you take another ball. And this is a really great way to practice your name. Kids will love it. You guys will have so much fun with it. And mom and dads will be thrilled that you're learning while you're playing. Now I need to move my letters over because I didn't leave myself enough room to spell the whole word. Oh, stay up there. Okay, C-A, and then we have T for Timmy the Tiger. Okay, got to make our snake. Okay, just like the cross that Jesus went to for us because he loved us. There's the long L, but it's not a T yet. We need one more piece, one more little snake to make the little T. Okay, so there is your word, cat. Cat. And there you have the word cat. You can make your name out of it. You can spell mom. You can spell dad. There's so many things you can do. So have fun with it. Also, if you have cookie cutters, let's see, I had a cross cookie cutter, or here, I have my heart ones here. Any cookie cutters that you have at home, mom will do. So they can just, make a heart to go with it. I love cats. Have fun with it, play with it. I always did this with my kids when I was cooking dinner because they were close by to me. All you have to do though is make sure that you do seal up the Play-Doh in a Ziploc bag until you want to use it again. It will last a long time if you keep it sealed up. If you leave it out and it dries out, then no, it won't, okay? And after you use Play-Doh, you want to wash your hands because Play-Doh has oil in it, so it will be a bit greasy, okay? Don't let them do it near your carpet. It's definitely best done on the kitchen table or on a floor that you can sweep up, okay? Mrs. Grant's rules, and they know this, is that they can drop it one time and they have to tell you on the floor. They have to throw that away. And then if they drop it again, then they're done with Play-Doh for the day. Okay, because they need to keep it on the table, and they can do that. They're more than capable of doing this. They've had almost 9 months practicing with me, so don't let them sneak past you on that one. All right, hope you guys are blessed. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.